It turned out that the surgery was a little bit more complicated than they thought. On the x-rays, they could see some bone fragments.
Millions know Noraly Schoenmaker as the fearless rider behind Itchy Boots, crossing some of the world's toughest roads with remarkable confidence. But long before the adventure, her life took a devastating turn that changed everything she thought her future would be. A failed marriage, an uncertain new beginning, and a journey that almost ended before it truly began, all shaped the woman millions admire today. So what really happened to Noraly Schoenmaker? The truth behind Noraly's new beginning. Long before millions of viewers knew her as the face behind Itchy Boots, Noraly Schoenmaker was living what many would consider a settled and successful life in the Netherlands. She had built a career as a geologist after years of education and hard work, enjoyed the stability of a steady income, and shared a home with the man she believed she would spend her future with. From the outside, everything appeared to be exactly where it should be. Behind that picture-perfect life, however, was a painful reality waiting to surface. Noraly eventually discovered that her husband had been unfaithful, ending the marriage she had trusted and invested in for years. The betrayal didn't simply end a relationship. It shattered the future she had imagined and left her questioning nearly every part of the life she had carefully built. The emotional weight of the divorce was overwhelming, and remaining surrounded by the same home, routines, and memories made moving forward feel almost impossible. Many people in that situation try to rebuild their lives where they are, hoping time will heal the damage. Noraly made a very different decision. Rather than starting over in the same environment, she chose to leave it behind entirely. She resigned from her job as a geologist, sold her house, let go of most of her belongings, and purchased a one-way ticket to India. At just 28 years old, she walked away from the security she had always known without any clear picture of what would come next. The move wasn't about chasing adventure or becoming famous. It was about giving herself the space to heal. By putting thousands of miles between herself and the painful reminders of her past, she hoped to find a fresh beginning, even if it meant stepping into complete uncertainty. Her original plan seemed simple enough. She would travel while supporting herself through travel writing and blogging. With her curiosity, education, and passion for exploring new places, it sounded like a realistic path. Reality, however, had other plans. The income she expected never came, and her savings disappeared much faster than planned. Finding food, shelter, and enough money to keep going became daily challenges. Yet those hardships helped shift her focus from heartbreak to simply surviving, one day at a time. Without realizing it, Noraly was building the resilience that would define everything that followed. Then, during her time in India, one unexpected decision introduced her to something that would transform not only her journey, but the rest of her life. How Itchy Boots became a global success. Everything changed after Noraly rented a motorcycle during her stay in India. Although she already enjoyed riding before leaving the Netherlands, exploring unfamiliar roads on two wheels gave her something she hadn't felt in a long time, a renewed sense of freedom and purpose. While riding, her attention shifted away from the painful memories of her past and toward the endless possibilities waiting around each bend. When the rental period ended, returning the motorcycle felt like leaving behind more than just a machine. Instead of walking away, she made an unexpected decision. She bought her own Royal Enfield Classic 350, affectionately naming it Dano, and set off towards Southeast Asia with no guarantee of what lay ahead. That choice became the true beginning of the journey millions would eventually follow. Rather than creating polished travel videos designed to chase viral trends, Noraly simply documented her experiences as they happened. Beautiful mountain roads, mechanical breakdowns, exhausting travel days, difficult border crossings, and moments of uncertainty all remained part of the story. She never tried to hide the challenges. And that honesty quickly became the heart of Itchy Boots. As more adventures unfolded across Asia, South America, the Middle East, and Africa, viewers connected with the authenticity of her storytelling. Working entirely on her own, Noraly handled every part of the production. She planned routes, filmed while riding, edited each episode on her laptop, and uploaded videos between long days on the road. Maintaining that level of consistency for years was an achievement few solo creators could match. Her dedication paid off. The channel eventually attracted millions of subscribers and hundreds of millions of views, transforming Itchy Boots from a personal healing journey into one of YouTube's most respected motorcycle travel channels. The impact of her videos extended beyond entertainment. During her ride through Nigeria in 2023, Noraly recorded a checkpoint encounter where two police officers demanded money from her. After the footage was published, it spread widely, prompting an official investigation that ultimately led to both officers being dismissed. It was an unexpected reminder that simply documenting real experiences could sometimes create consequences far beyond YouTube. As the audience continued to grow, so did the business behind the channel. What began as an uncertain attempt to rebuild her life evolved into a successful one-person brand, supported by YouTube advertising, sponsorships, merchandise, and later her writing projects. Today, Noraly's estimated net worth is believed to be between $550,000 and $713,000. A remarkable transformation for someone who once left home with little more than hope and a one-way ticket. But just as everything seemed to be falling into place, one unexpected accident threatened to bring her incredible journey to a sudden halt. Where Noraly Schoenmaker is today. Just as Noraly Schoenmaker had overcome heartbreak, financial uncertainty, and countless challenges on the road, another unexpected obstacle brought her journey to an abrupt stop. In 2024, while riding through Tanzania during her African expedition, Noraly was traveling on a rough dirt road when a seemingly manageable rut caused her to lose control of her Honda CRF 300 Rally. The crash left her with a broken collarbone and an injured foot, while the motorcycle was too heavy to lift without help. Stranded and in pain, she waited for more than half an hour before a passing truck stopped. With the help of local residents, she was taken to a nearby hospital, where doctors confirmed the extent of her injuries. Although she received medical care in Tanzania, Noraly decided returning to the Netherlands offered the best chance for proper treatment and rehabilitation. She arranged to fly home while her motorcycle was shipped separately, bringing her African adventure to an unexpected end. The surgery, however, proved far more complicated than anticipated. Once the operation began, doctors discovered that the injury was worse than scans had initially suggested. During the procedure to stabilize her collarbone, a bone fragment punctured one of her lungs, causing a collapsed lung and extending her recovery by several months. Instead of healing from one serious injury, she suddenly found herself recovering from two. For someone used to crossing remote deserts, mountain passes, and lonely roads, slowing down became one of her toughest challenges. Still, Noraly faced recovery with patience and determination, openly sharing both her healing journey and the realities behind her adventurous lifestyle. The time away from the road also gave her the opportunity to focus on another personal milestone. During her recovery, she worked on her first book, with the Dutch edition released before an English version was planned. It became another way to tell the remarkable story behind the camera, sharing lessons and experiences that couldn't always fit into a single YouTube episode. Today, Noraly remains single and has not remarried since the divorce that changed the direction of her life years earlier. Rather than returning to the life she once had, she has continued looking ahead. Even while recovering, she documented the search for a new motorcycle to replace her retired Honda, stayed connected with her audience through regular updates, and began preparing for the next chapter of her travels. Looking back, it's remarkable how everything began with one heartbreaking discovery. What felt like the collapse of her future eventually became the beginning of a journey that inspired millions around the world. Her success was never built on chasing fame or creating the perfect travel story. It was built on resilience, authenticity, and the willingness to keep moving forward when life offered every reason to stop. Perhaps that's why so many people continue to follow Noraly Schoenmaker. They aren't just watching someone ride across continents. They're watching proof that even life's deepest setbacks can become the starting point for something extraordinary. And if her story has shown us anything, it's that the most meaningful roads are often the ones we never plan to travel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed Noraly Schoenmaker's incredible story, subscribe for more inspiring journeys and untold biographies. Also, let us know in the comments whose story you'd like us to cover next.